Hi there. Welcome to my space of make-believe. This is where I take a ride on words to anywhere, be anyone, do anything, and you are welcome to join me. So, with Halloween around the corner, I thought I'd get into some gore and goal, something to make the heart race and hair rise. If this is your kind of genre, here's one to get your hands on to read. I have so far only read the first story, and I just saw on Wikipedia that according to Deadline Hollywood, Netflix has acquired the film rights to this one. So I'd suggest reading it first because you always want to read it first before you watch it, right? Mr. Harrigan's Phone is the first of 4 stories in the book If It Bleeds by Stephen King. It centers around Craig, who lives in a very small town with his dad. He is 9 years old when the retired Mr. Harrigan, a very wealthy businessman, decides to move into their town to live out the rest of his life. He hires Craig for some chores, but mostly to read to him. Over the years, Craig grows very fond of Mr. Harrigan, and the feeling is mutual. Harrigan gives him lotto tickets 4 times a year, and one of these strikes a decent amount of money. So the boy buys the old man an iPhone. Even though at first Harrigan isn't too keen on gadgets, he eventually does accept the phone, and as expected, spends a lot of time on it. When Harrigan dies, Craig slips the phone in his pocket as the man was quite attached to it. Then, missing Harrigan, he leaves a voice message and receives a reply text. First, he's convinced the man is still alive, but his dad convinces him otherwise. And then again, years later, Craig, to get something off his chest, he sends another text message to the deceased man's phone. So, does he get a reply? Well, you got to pick up that book from your favorite bookstore to find out. Now I'm off to read the other 3 stories, which could also be made into films soon enough. So you better get to it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Would love to have you back for company for What's a Storyteller if no one's listening. Till next time, go grab a book to read or a pen to write and let your imagination take you anywhere. Be anyone, do anything.